Welcome. We are getting started for our seated practice. This is going to be a seated practice only. So you're welcome. Anybody's welcome to do it. But for those of you who are unable to stand or change positions, we will not be getting down to the floor. We won't even be standing up for this practice. We're just going to stay in the chair. You can have a block hugged between your feet. We are going to begin our practice with our ocean breath, checking in. We're going to use the hand gestures. You're going to take your hands, you're going to bend the ring fingers and place your thumb on top of the second knuckle if you can, and then place your hands facing up on your lap. And we're going to begin to do the ocean breath. Inhale. Remember constricting the back of the throat, slowing down the breath. And exhale. Inhale, nice and slow. And exhale. I'm going to move my hands just to emphasize the diaphragm. As you inhale, it pulls down, the chest rises, the diaphragm spreads out. And as you exhale, that reverses. Inhale. And exhale. Checking in with your own body. And we're going to begin to use that breath as we move. So I'm going to move this out of the way for now. You're going to inhale those arms out to the side. Exhale as you lower the arms down. You're welcome to take the arms as high as you can, inhaling with the breath. Exhaling with the breath, turning the palms down as you lower down. Inhale, facing those palms up. Inhale, exhale, as you lower the palms down, you might turn them down. Or you could keep the palms facing the front. Inhale. Maybe looking up towards your palms, maybe touching the palms together if that's okay. Exhale. You may also take the palms to the front, raising those arms up. You can take them as high as they'll go, looking up. Exhale as you lower down. And again, I'm just going to take them to the front. Exhaling as you lower down. One last time, either to the front or to the side. Feeling the palms touch. Exhaling as you lower back down. Now we're going to do a gentle cat-cow, but we're going to have our arms in cactus pose. This time we're going to inhale as you make that curve in the back, and you're going to engage the shoulder blades in the back. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring those arms, the elbows in front of you, and round the back. Inhale as you spread those arms away. Exhale as you round. Now, as you notice, I am lifting my head and looking up as I inhale, and I'm lowering as I exhale. But this can be done with the head looking straight ahead. We're going to take it twice more, and this time I am going to do it with the head facing straight ahead. No movement, just the arms and the body. So the spine, you're making space between each vertebra, pressing down into those feet if you can. Make some space. Feel the crown of your head lengthening even as you round the back. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, making that space. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you come back to neutral spine, and then lower the arms down by your side. Let's take some shoulder rolls. Inhale as you bring those shoulders forward, lifting them up, taking them back and lower down. Inhale, front, raise up, exhale, back and down. We're going to reverse that. Inhale, back, lift up, exhale, front and lower. Inhale, back, lift front, exhale, and lower. Now, for those who can change elevation, we're going to do a seated child's pose. And in that, I'm going to give 3 options. The first option is, if you have a walker, you can place that walker in front of you. Allow your elbows, bring it close enough so you're not reaching out for it. Allow those elbows to just rest on that walker. Release all of the tension in your back. Now, if you want to, I know if you cannot bend forward or back, stay here, but just rest, okay? But if you want to try, what I recommend is that you find a spot to focus on. And then as you gently roll forward, allow your eyes to find another spot to focus on. Stay there for a couple of breaths. And then go a little bit further. Find another spot to focus on. And rest. A little bit further, find another spot to focus on and rest. A little bit further. Finally, you want to find your place where your head is released and focus. And in this place, begin to feel your back releasing. Feel the breath in the back of the lungs as you inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then when it's time to come up, you're going to engage the low belly, that place between the pubic bone and the navel, even engaging your pelvic floor. And using your hands on this, you're going to lift up slowly like we lower down. So you're going to find a place to focus on. Find another place to focus on. Find another place to focus on. And then finally come up and allow your body to rest in that position. You may still feel dizzy, so give yourself time to rest. We're going to learn a new breathing called skull shining breath. Setting up, being on the edge of your chair, but comfortable, knees in front of the hips, ankles right below the knees, that 90-degree angle. It's not out too far, it's not in too much, it's just right, just like Goldilocks. So you have the option of doing the lion's breath, and I'll demonstrate it twice. The lion's breath is where you gaze towards the bridge of your nose, gaze towards the bridge of your nose, Stick out your tongue and roar. Opening the eyes wide and opening the mouth and roaring. Inhale. That's all I can roar today. The skull shining breath involves a very strong contraction of the abdominal muscles towards the spine as you exhale through your nose. You're going to take one inhale, and then you're going to exhale many times forcefully. I'm going to come closer to the camera and turn sideways so you can see what's going on. As I am doing that, I'm not thinking about inhaling at all. I take one inhale at the beginning and then I just exhale. Now when you start out, I only want you to do it 10 to 20 exhales. We're going to build up to 100 by the end of this 12-week session. In this video, I'm going to do 50. Please feel free to stop when you need to and feel free to add another 50 on as you get more advanced. Inhale and begin. And rest. That was 50. Just breathe with your normal breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. Skull shining breath may cause you to be a little bit dizzy. You may feel a little bit lightheaded. You may feel some tingling in your extremities. It is a cleansing breath. It will bring some they call it skull shining breath because it brings some energy to the brain. You're working on energizing the brain, allowing you to focus and concentrate more easily. We're going to do a seated crescent pose or a side bend. I'm going to give you a few options. You can have one hand down by the side. So in this case, it's going to be my right arm is down by the side. I'm going to inhale as I raise my left arm up. Exhale as I reach up and over. Inhale as I come back up. Exhale as I lower down. Inhale, and remember, engage your, your Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor, the space between your navel and your pubic bone. Pull it in. Inhale, raising that right arm up. Exhale as you stretch over, keeping the body long. Inhale as you come back up. Exhale as you lower down. The other option, and we're going to repeat that, the other option, keep doing that if you like it, raising both arms up, grabbing a hold of your right wrist with your left arm. Exhale as you stretch over. Keeping it long. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, we're going to stretch over to the other side. Inhale as you come straight up. Switching. Exhale as you stretch over. And we're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the head. Feeling everything lengthening, making space, using the feet into the floor. Pressing, you could almost stand up if you could. And exhale. On your next inhale, come to center. Switching arms as you exhale. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale as you stretch over to the right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming straight up. Exhale, let go of the arms and allow those arms to float down, maybe wiggling your fingers. Feel as though the arms are floating on air. Good. And now we're going to take a seated twist. So I want you to really engage the low belly. Feel that pelvic floor engaging. The feet are pressing into the floor. Ankles are right below you. You're going to reach that crown of the head tall, really extending the spine. And we're going to take a gentle twist. Now the twist is mostly happening in your thoracic spine, and your neck turns too. So we're going to twist to the right. Just a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale through the nose. And exhale as you twist to the left. Just a little bit. Maybe a 45-degree angle. Inhale, back to the center. And then continue doing that for this first time you practice. Just twist a little bit. But I'm going to go on because you will be getting more flexible as we go on. So as you inhale, you're going to exhale, and you may take one hand on the side of your chair and the other hand across your knee and twist, feeling that right shoulder blade pressing down and maybe even turning your head to look over your shoulder. And stay in this twist for a few breaths. Inhale. Now the hips are still facing forward, the navel is still facing forward. There's some other videos that show your navel turning, and I don't want you to do that. I want most of that twisting to come from the thoracic spine and the cervical spine. The lumbar spine doesn't have a lot of twist availability. It only twists a little bit. So let's use the parts of our body that do twist. Think about keeping your lumbar spine stable. And then inhale as you come back to the center. And maybe take a shoulder roll or two before we go to the other side. And then inhale, pressing those feet into the floor, engaging that low belly, the pelvic floor. And exhale as you twist to the other side, to your left. Only the upper back, allowing that shoulder blade on the left side, turning the head to look over that left shoulder if you can. And every time you inhale, imagine that you're making space in the spine. And as you exhale, maybe allow that twist to go a little bit further, but don't push yourself in the beginning. Remember, if we do not want to feel any pain, there may be a little bit of discomfort because you're moving the body in a way that you're not used to doing. I'm looking at you, so you keep your head turned. Breathing in this twist. And then as you inhale, we're going to come back to the center. Now at this point, the rest of the class would be standing up, and we're going to do a seated chair pose. So that, you're going to really pull your feet a little bit back into you if you have the ability to do that with your legs. If not, keep your legs where they are. You're going to inhale, And take your thumbs and put them in your hip joints here, right in the hip flexor area. As you inhale, you're going to lengthen that spine up, and as you exhale, you're going to allow the body to come forward just a little bit, so, as though you were in your chair pose. Now, again, if it causes you to feel dizzy as you lean your body forward, I want you to first try to find a point of focus. And then as you lean a little bit more, find another point of focus. And that's all you really need to do. And if you would like, you can allow those arms to come forward or out to the side. Remember, if it's forward, you really have to engage that low belly. You may even tuck the pelvis just a little bit to really engage. And this is a longer lever, so there's a lot more distance. Gravity is pulling down, and it could be pulling on your low back. So feel free to open those arms out to the side. And breathe, holding this chair pose. The class is going to be going from chair back into seated mountain pose, or they're going to be doing standing mountain pose. We're going to be staying in seated mountain pose. Now, if that movement is not comfortable, stay in one pose or the other. This mountain pose is extremely powerful. You're reaching your fingertips down to the floor. You're feeling the crown of the head lifting up to the ceiling. You find your point of focus with the eyes, and you are strong like mountain. And then engage that pelvic floor. In yoga, it's called the Mula Bandha. Feel like you are really strong. This is your root. You are grounded. You are rooted into the earth. And breathe. This is a very powerful pose. And then if you want to go back into that chair pose, again, leaning forward from the hip joints. Now, the back does not bend forward, okay? The back stays flat, nice and flat. Or the arms out here, and then you come back up. We are not rounding the back. We are keeping it flat. Now, as the rest of the class is going to do a half dog posture, if you have a walker available, which some of you may, we are going to do the half dog using the walker or I'm going to show you with the ball. So you're going to you're seated in your chair, coming from that strong mountain pose, taking the hands along the walker, and you're going to, keeping that back straight, just like we did in the chair, but you're going to take the chair and the arms a little bit further. So first start with the arms extending long, and hold there and breathe. You can use your ocean breathing, so constricting the back of the throat. And doing that with a closed breath, closed mouth. And you can come forward, keeping the head in line with your neck, keeping the eyes focused. And once again, staying, as you go a little further, hold it for a few breaths to get used to that position. You're really working the sides of the body. Eventually, if it is okay with your dizziness or whatever, you want to maybe try to slowly come into this position where your head is in line with your arms. With that long back, this is your modified downward facing dog. I'm really feeling the stretch under my shoulders along the sides of the body. Let me take it sideways so that you can see. Nice long stretch. The rest of the class is doing a half dog like that, but this is, you're getting the same stretch in this position. And then when you're ready, slowly come up. Now, those without a walker, maybe you have one of these big exercise balls. You can have your hands on the side of the ball, and you can use the ball to stretch forward. Really feeling, it's a stretch of the back and the low back, and it's also a stretch, I feel it more under the shoulder blades. And then if there are no props whatsoever, you can have your hands on your legs and gently begin to go forward, forward, forward. If you are in a wheelchair, you can use the handles on the wheelchair. But if you can have something in front of you, then you'll be able to feel the stretch under the arms. So for those in a wheelchair, allow your wheelchair to come near a wall, sitting in that nice secure mountain pose. Take your hands on the wall in front of you and just gently walk them up and get that upper back. Really stretching, feeling the tailbone pushing back into the floor. And then as you breathe in and out, feel the lungs expanding. So inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And do this 2 to 4 more times. And then re-engage your pelvic floor, your low belly, and gently walk yourself back up to an upright position. And focus just for a few minutes. We don't want to change positions too rapidly. And then I'm going to come back and face the front. So as the rest of the class is doing their 5-pointed star and their horse pose, we're going to take the legs wide if that is available to you. So the knees are out and the angle of the feet is the same as the angle of your upper thighs. And inhale those arms out to the side in a nice big diagonal, or they can be just straight out to the side. Exhale as you bring those elbows in. Inhale as you stretch out. Nice and wide. Exhale as you pull in. Inhale as you stretch out. Exhale as you pull in. Now, when we shift from side to side, all I want you to do is extend one leg out, however it can go. You're going to feel a nice stretch. Exhale as you pull it in. Inhale as you stretch out. Exhale as you pull in. And I needed to remind you to be really at the edge of your chair. Inhale as you go out. Exhale as you pull in. Inhale as you go out. Exhale as you pull in. Feel free to do this as many times as you feel good about it. And now we're going to come into a seated Hero 2 pose. So you're going to take that right leg, make sure that that ankle is right under the knee, and then extend your left leg long, and you can turn the toes to face the front of the room if you can, or keep it however is comfortable for you. You want to feel solid. Again, you are engaging that pelvic floor, engaging the low belly, feeling the ribs, arms are extended long, and turn and look over your right fingertips. Find your gaze, your focus. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the nose. And if this does not cause dizziness, what I want you to do is bring your head to the front as you inhale, palms together, coming into that salutation hand gesture. And as you exhale, taking the arms back out to the side and focus. But if that causes, and we'll do that again, inhaling and exhaling. If that causes dizziness, keep your head focused to the front, keeping the legs in the same position, keeping that core engaged, low belly engaged, and just do the arms. Inhale, gathering that air, feeling that air. Exhale as you push the air away. I'm just going to move this out of my way. That's okay. And then coming back to the center. And with care, allow that leg, the left leg, to come back in, readjust yourself, making sure that your left leg now is ankle right under the knee. Feel the whole foot, spread the toes wide, and extend the right leg out to the side. Take your hands to the heart. Inhale. And exhale as you extend the arms to the side, and if it does not cause harm or dizziness or pain, turn and gaze over your left arm. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again, add that movement if it feels comfortable. Inhale and exhale. And if the legs won't come in this position, we're going to do the same thing, just with the breath and the focus. Remember that yoga is about finding the ability to concentrate on what you want to do, linking the breath with the movement, and paying attention for as long as you wish. And when you're ready, allow your focus to come back to the front of the room, bringing the palms together, allowing the feet to come back to that seated position, and rest. At this point in class, the rest of the class will be going to the floor, onto the belly, doing some cobra poses. And the cobra poses are working the small muscles that stabilize the spine. So it is a little more difficult to find a replacement, either seated or standing, but we're going to try. I'm going to give you two options for working those back muscles. I'm going to start in the chair. We're going to repeat the cactus arms upper back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then just allowing them to come back to neutral. That is one option. The other option is to go to a wall again. And I will show you this one first, and then I'm going to go over to the wall. So if you have the ability to make it, I don't want you getting up and down. I think I will say this now, if you are planning to use the wall for your exercises, I would set yourself up near the wall at the beginning of your practice. That way you'll be able to just be there and not move back and forth like I'm doing on this video, okay? But we're going to start with the seated. So in this position, I'm going to turn sideways. Remember, those ankles are right under the knees. As you inhale, you still are going to engage that pelvic floor, almost tilt the pelvis forward. Because on the floor, I would be asking the veterans to press their pubic bone into the floor, and then you're going to extend your elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades behind you, keeping your neck and head in alignment, and then exhale, coming back to neutral. Inhale as you stretch back, pulling those shoulder blades back. Exhale as you bring them back to neutral. You can even try this with your strap. Maybe taking your strap, folding it in half. You can actually feel that resistance with the strap pulling those elbows together. And now I'm going to show it at the wall. So in your chair, you're going to be as close to the wall as you can possibly be with your arms reaching up. And you're going to lift one arm away from the wall as you press in with the other. And then allow it to come back. And then reach and lift another arm away from the wall as you come back. Inhale, stretching up and back. So we're using those muscles down the center of the spine. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And repeat that about 8 times each side, 4 to 8 times. You will feel the back working. And then after we do those back extension exercises when we're on the floor, so as we're doing class live and I'm teaching the veterans, we would be doing a child's pose. Remember at the beginning we did work on that pose. So if you can have your legs a little bit wider, if you have no limitations on bending forward, this is what I would have you do now, is take those elbows on the knees and allow your upper body to rest, relax. We're trying to get the head lower than the heart. Give the heart a little bit of rest, pumping all that blood up to the head. And as we mentioned before, as your back gets more flexible, you may be able to go lower. We use those blocks to rest the hands on. Again, you may be getting more and more flexible. As you get more flexible, you turn the blocks, and eventually you may actually be able to place your hands on the floor. But not today. So we're going to stay like this. And I want you to stay here for 4 complete breaths. Slow breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And continue breathing twice more. Remembering your own breath capacity and maybe trying to add one more count onto that breath so that you're breathing a little more slowly than you did at the beginning of this class. Really allowing all of the muscles to rest and relax. And again, what I want you to be able to do is release the upper back, so if it helps to have your head resting, your hands, your arms on this walker, that's good too. And my recommendation to avoid dizziness as you change positions, do so slowly. Make sure you're opening your eyes. Make sure you're seeing what you're looking at, finding a new point of focus gradually as you make your way back up to upright position. And then give yourself time for the body to adjust to this new position. Always breathing that gentle breath. At this point, the rest of the class would be turning over onto their backs. And the first thing we might do is that banana stretch. And we can do a similar thing by taking the arms up overhead and just stretching over towards the left and then over towards the right. Actually, you could maybe take your lower body to the opposite side. This would be a seated banana stretch. It's basically stretching the whole side of the body at a time. And then we're going to do an exercise called knees to the chest. And this time I want you to sit back in your chair, if you can. Allow the back to be supported, and I am going to move this mic to the side. There. It might be useful to place the strap underneath the foot. And your arm's going to extend long. And I know if you're not using that upper body, you may be able to move it with the strap. You're going to take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, engage the belly, lifting that knee into the chest. As you inhale, extend those arms long. As you exhale, pulling that knee into the chest. So we're starting with the left leg. Inhale, extending long. Exhale, using the belly, using the core to pull that knee into the chest. And then inhale as you extend it away. And you're going to change the feet. Go to the other side. I prefer the strap be around the ball of the foot rather than the arch, if possible. So have the arms extended long, elbows are straight as you inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bend those elbows. You're going to get an arm workout here. It's a little bit easier to do this on the floor. Exhale as you pull that knee into the chest. Inhale as you extend away, and it could go all the way down to the floor, or you could keep it extended in front of you. Exhale, pulling. This is working the core muscles. You're also compressing all of the organs in the abdominal area, sort of cutting off the blood flow to them. And then as you inhale, you're releasing that blood flow back. Exhale as you bend the knees, pulling those knees into the chest. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And just let that leg relax. The next exercise that the class would be doing is bridge pose. There's not really a seated alternative to that, but what we're going to do while they're doing that, they're going to be lifting their hips into a diagonal, but they're also going to be using our arms. So we're going to breathe with the arms. You're going to inhale as you raise your arms up overhead. They would be lifting their hips. And as you exhale, you're going to lower those arms down by your side. Good. Inhale, raising those arms up by your ears if you can. Lengthening the sides of the body. Exhale as you lower them back down. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, stay here as I'm asking the rest of the class to keep their hips lifted. Keep your arms lifted. Keep your feet pressing into the floor. Engage your buttocks muscles. Try to lift your buttocks off the floor. Engage the pelvic floor. Engage that Mula Bandha, that bind at the root of your spine, your pelvic floor. Grounding, grounding, breathing. Don't forget to breathe. And then with your next exhale, slowly as you can exhale, slowly as you can, allow those arms to come back down to the floor. And now it's time for Shavasana, final relaxation. We will now do a seated final relaxation. So allow yourself to sit back in the chair or whatever surface you're resting on, feeling that your bottom, your back, your shoulders are completely supported. Allow your palms to be facing up, resting in your lap. And if that does not feel comfortable to you, you may have the palms facing down. You may also have one palm underneath the other and maybe touch your thumbs together. You want to have your body completely relaxed. And feel that your head is just resting on top of the spine, just floating. So no tension in the neck, floating head. You may close your eyes or find a place to focus your attention. It could be helpful to look down so that you're not distracted by the sights around you. And now I want you to allow your breath to be natural. No need to think about breathing. Just let your body breathe itself the way it does day in and day out. The body breathing itself. Allowing your belly to be soft. No need to change anything, no need to do anything, no need to make anything happen. You are fully relaxed, fully released, at rest. And notice your bottoms of the feet as they are supported by the floor,
by a block. Notice the backs of your thighs as they rest on the chair. Feel the buttocks heavy on the chair. Noticing the back, the shoulders. Releasing the tension in your jaw. Your lips are soft. The tongue is floating in the space between the upper and lower palate. Maybe turning the edges of your lips up into a gentle smile. But soft. Your jaw is released. The ears are relaxed. The nose, the eyes, the forehead, the crown of your head. Allowing all of the tension in the body to float away into the surface that supports it. As the sound fades away, allow your attention to come back into the room. Begin to bring gentle movement in your fingers, in your toes if that's available. Allow your eyes to gently blink open when you're ready. And we're going to end our practice today doing alternate nostril breath. Taking the right hand up by your nose, you're going to take the thumb at the base of the right nostril, the ring finger at the base of the left nostril, bending the index and the middle finger down if that's comfortable. If that's not comfortable, you may use your thumb and your index finger. We're going to be breathing in using the right and the left nostril alternatively. So allow both fingers to rest gently at the base of the nose, not on the soft part, but a little bit above it. So remember we talked about valving, so you're gently valving the nose, and you're going to breathe in through both nostrils. Inhale. And with the thumb, close off completely the right nostril, and then exhale through the left. And then inhale through the left, with it slightly valved. Closing off the left. Exhale through the right. And again, keeping it slightly valved to slow down the breath. Inhale through the right. Closing off the right. And exhale through the left. And that's one round of alternate nostril breathing. We're going to start our second round. Closing left, open right, exhale. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Pause, closing right, exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Pause, close left, exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Pause. Close right, exhale left. This will be our last round, and as you end, allow your hands to go gently into your lap. Inhale left. Pause, close left, exhale right. Pause, inhale right. Pause, close right, and exhale as slowly as you can on the left. And allow your hands to rest on your lap. Notice how you feel. Balanced, light. Bring your palms together. Allow the thumbs to rest on the sternum. And we'll just say namaste. all that is good in me recognizes all that is good in you.